In the last video, we learned how to create a new Google Drawing, and now we're going to take that one step further and talk about what you can actually do with Google Drawings. So the first step is to name the drawing. So I'm going to click on Untitled Drawing, and I'm going to call this Voting. I'm creating a visual for the vocabulary term voting for my project. So next I'm going to use the text box tool to insert some text. So you can just simply click and drag where you want to add the text, and at the top we can change the font and we can change the size as well as the color of that font. So you have those options. They're the same as they are in Google Drive. So I'm going to type voting. Now you can use the alignment options to center align that, and I also have the option where to align it within the text box. Next, I'm going to draw some shapes. So I can choose any of these options by hovering over it. I want a box. So if you click and drag, you can draw any size shape that you want. If you want to make it a perfect square with the height and the width the same, I'm just going to hold down the Shift key on my keyboard. So that was the Shift key. And now if I click and drag with that held down, it constrains the proportions. So Google Drawings defaults any shape to be a light blue fill with a black outline. If you'd like to change that, you just simply have that object selected, and the paint bucket will change the fill color. Let's make that white, so the inside of the shape. And this little pencil will change the outline of the shape. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice gray outline. Okay. And you can also use the options to the right of the pencil to change like how thick it is or what style of line that has. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add another little text box here to say yes. And we'll draw one more shape. Let's make this one a circle just for kicks and giggles. So shape, let's go down to circle. And again, I'm going to hold down that shift key to constrain the proportions. And this time I want the fill color again to be white with a nice gray outline. And we'll create a text box here with the word no in it. So I want to show you a couple other features within Google Drawings. There are line features that will allow you to draw arrows, straight lines, connectors, curves, polylines. The scribble option is great if you're trying to draw something abstract. So let's go ahead and use that scribble tool. You could actually use that to kind of make some, non-straight lines to check a box. I can always press Control Z to undo what I did, or I can use the arrows at the top to undo. If I wanted to make these lines perfectly straight, I can choose the line tool, and then we'll go ahead and draw my little X there to vote yes. Now if you want to change a line, and notice it still has this line tool selected, I can tell that because my mouse is a plus sign. I'm just simply going to check that little black arrow to select anything that I want to select now. If you hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, you can select multiple objects at a time to move them or to change them. So I'm going to select both of these lines, and we're going to go ahead and change the color to red. So that is Google Drawings very simply. Now this canvas in the background that I have here is just a little bit big for my object. So I'm going to go ahead and move some things around a little bit, adjust some sizes. And then if you go in the lower right hand corner of your drawing, you're going to notice these little lines kind of in the shape of a triangle. I can click and drag to change the size of my background, both big and small. So if I need more space to work in, less space, I can click and drag. And now I'm going to be finished with my Google Drawing. If you'd like to collaborate with your peers, you can share a Google Drawing the same way as you would a Google Doc by adding their email address right here, and you can both work at the same time just like in Google Docs.